Angry guy here, and black women are freaking out because black men won't date them anymore. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, please help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. Black women are freaking out because black men won't date them anymore. Let's just go ahead and jump into the very first video.
Age.
So your mom should have told you don't ask a female how old she is.
Why is that a problem though?
Because I'm old.
You're not old. You're seasoned. You're vintage.
Okay, I'm 34.
And you?
33.
Are you ladies single?
I'm very much single.
Single now.
Do you feel like dating is more challenging as a black woman than it would to be any woman of a lighter skin tone?
Nope. Because I get Caucasian men, I get Asian men, I get African American men, I get all types of different ethnic groups that's willing to take care of me and be my significant other or a husband or boyfriend, but I don't condone to it because I know what I want. I know what I was raised to accept, and I have not met that guy yet.
I do think in this society sometimes it does present a little bit of challenges. I haven't had many because I have had a very successful, very long marriage at a point, and I love black men. I just don't know if they love.
Do you hear the nonsense that she immediately jumps into? I love black men. I just don't know if they love me. So she was in a very successful, happy marriage, and she went and threw away her marriage for the streets. And now she's back in the streets because I told you guys it's from the streets they came, it is to the streets they shall return. And then you have this other woman over there with in her masculine energy saying that, she knows what she deserves. She has men of all different ethnicities that will take care of her, but she hasn't met the right man yet. In other words, she hasn't met the NBA player yet, or the rapper, or the or the gangster that's selling illicit substances, that's going to give her that life that she deserves. Like, this is really what they're talking about. Like, they all think that they deserve millionaires and they are not going to settle for less than that. These are the same women that are out here in the streets now saying that police officers, garbage men, and firefighters are low value men, and black men need to leave those jobs alone. Men need to leave those jobs alone and focus on getting, paper, jobs that really make paper, do things that really make paper, like YouTubers. Like, that's like, I'm telling you, being real with y'all, like, I don't go around telling women that I'm a YouTuber, like, that's how I went through a lot. As a YouTuber, I had a lot of women doing things for me, like a lot of women who wanted me. Y'all don't know, when I first started out YouTube, like maybe a couple of years in, like I was like girls, like women were just all over me. I'm just being real with y'all. Like women, female YouTubers, man, like I got their attention. Just being a YouTuber, just having influence is crazy. It's really, really crazy, but it's kind of disgusting because like a lot of these YouTubers are mentally unstable. Like they're normal people, they have issues, and they like a lot of them are not even that like well off. They don't have money like that, but it's just because they have that influence, and it creates like, women love attention and they love influence. So they like being around men who have influence. For example, I have a lot of men who watch this channel, so naturally there are going to be women who are going to, they're going to deviate towards me because of that. Although a lot of these women now are just so funny because like they feel like they're on top of the world. They're like, oh, I'm your equal, I'm your superior, but I'll allow you to be in my zone. Like, what? Excuse me, bro. Like, do I even know you? Like, we haven't even met yet, and I don't think I want to meet you. Like, these women, their egos are so big, they are so egotistical. They don't realize that they're scaring every man off, and they're determined. Like, basically, black men are walking away, avoiding relationships. White men are avoiding relationships. All men are just like pulling away right now. Guys, like, if you ever watch like the Chow podcast, like, Chow talks about a lot of this stuff too. And I'm like, it's not just like, it's not one race of man that's going through it. It's like every ethnicity is going through this nonsense right now. And men are like, I've started comparing notes as a result of the manosphere. I theorize, like, why is it that the black guys are so large in the manosphere? Because so much of the manosphere is now black men. And It's crazy because when I first started my channel, before we had the manosphere, or like, because I was here before the manosphere. I've been here almost 10 years now. I was here before the manosphere developed. And, when back in those days, there were some black guys, but it was a lot of white guys back in the day. But the black guys, like the manosphere is just like, it's just the black guys are just such a large part of that. And I realized that a lot of it is that these were the first group of men to be put out of their communities. These were the first group of men to be put out of their homes. All right. Tyrone, Pookie, Ray Ray, they got put, these men, these black men, they got put out by these hoodlums, and these single mothers. They got put out of their communities while the communities were torn apart and wrecked. So it makes sense that there's so many black guys in the manosphere, because they were the first ones to experience this absolute nightmare that the rest of us are now going through. I could never have imagined this stuff. And it's like, you hear from the black guys, they're like, listen, man, we've been going through this for a long time. And, back in the day, I didn't want to listen to them. I didn't want to listen to them. I really felt like they were like running their mouths. Like, listen, bro, everybody here is equal. And, you don't, we're all going through it. But I realized the black guys really went through it like that. The more I hear about it, I just look at the black, like, what the hell y'all went through? What y'all went through? You start hearing some of the stories from these men and some of the things that these women have done to them and have said to them. And I'm thinking to myself, like, nah, the kitty cat club never hurt y'all that bad. The kitty cat, like, I'm telling y'all, some of the things that I hear that black women have done to these men, I'm like, the kitty cat club never done y'all that bad. Kitty cat club never done y'all that bad. No, 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 no. This can't be true. Keisha must have lost her damn mind. Keisha could not have done that. She really did? No, Keisha. No, Keisha, you crossed the line, Keisha. You crossed the line, Keisha. I'm telling y'all, like, people complain about Karen, but Keisha and Karen are the same person. And Keisha has been doing this just as long as Karen. I'm telling y'all. Not all Karens are white and not all Keishas are black, but Keisha and Karen are the same person. My goodness, guys, you see video after video of these black women freaking out, but the reason why they're freaking out is because the men don't want them anymore. The men are becoming passport kings and starting new lives overseas. If they want a wife, they're going to Colombia, they're going to the Philippines, they're going to Africa, but they're not going to Western society. It's like America has fallen so far now that you can literally go over to some countries that are supposed to be feminist countries, and men from American society will feel like it's heaven compared to America. Because, for example, you can go over to Sweden. A lot of people say, "No, Sweden is terrible. Sweden is terrible." Yeah, but here's the thing: over in Sweden, you can get a lot of the same social benefits that the women will have access to. Men in Sweden don't know how good they actually have it. They think, oh, America's, bro. You don't know how good you have it. You get access to those same social benefits that the women do. So you can actually live a relatively comfortable life over in Sweden without having to work every single day like you are an indentured servant. Okay, and basically you could just distance yourself from relationships over there and live a relatively easy and comfortable life. Most men would be from Western society would be extremely happy for that. In America, we're basically paying taxes to subsidize the living of single mothers right now and women over as a whole. It's insanity. We don't have the same social benefits that women do in Western society. They have all these special charities and special programs that are literally just dedicated to them. Government programs that men cannot access. I'm just being, I've watched videos by Soraya, and she's talked about this. Like in Germany, there are, if you can't afford to take care of yourself, there's a process, but the government will actually help you in Germany. If you go to Germany as a man, you can get help from the government. We don't have that here in Western society. You getting a couple dollars in your pocket in cash assistance, that's not going to help you. I mean, I'm just being really serious. Like, as a man, you're gonna have to figure it out for yourself. You're gonna have to, like, if you get a little money, you gotta figure out how you can turn around and find a way to survive. Be it living in a van, maybe buying a van that barely runs, but it's something, and living in it, or a camper or whatever, or moving to another country, you're gonna have to figure it out as a man. There's not gonna be any. They're not gonna give you an apartment, give you an apartment, money to furnish shit, health insurance, all this. There are ways to get things in America. There's Medicaid, or there's SSI. Not everyone's gonna get SSI. Medicaid is it's more or less you'll get Medicaid if you really hit rock bottom. There's ways, but let's be real, it's just not as easy. It's not as easy. Like a lot of these dudes who are like in overseas, like in Sweden, like, or in Germany, like, oh, it's terrible here. Bro, have you been to the US though? Like, you're running your mouths. You're like living in these countries. You're running your mouths. Have you been to the US? Like, come here, please come and visit. Come and experience our way of life before you run your mouths. Because while I understand how miserable it can be, trust me, you haven't seen nothing yet until you come to the United States. Okay? It is a miserable place. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, please help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Black women are freaking out because black men won't date them anymore. What do you guys think regarding all of this? I want to hear your thoughts on everything we discussed here today in the comments. So let me know what you guys think there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.